Welcome to our Masks miniseries. One of the players is supposed to say AFK because we are missing one player. Unfortunately, couldn't move things around. They have an unavoidable thing, but we are going to have to work without that for today. But we'll figure it out as we do on the fly. This game has already been delayed like 4 days because of unavoidable circumstances. We've all been really busy, and things happen. But we are here, and we're queer, and we're ready to be some teenage superheroes and cause some fear. That didn't work. But anyway, welcome to Pantsless Tables, our first officially supported miniseries, which is really fucking cool. I am so excited. Magpie Games has officially agreed to officially support this game, which means that if you type !masks in chat, you will be entered into the giveaway, which will give you access to a free rulebook for the mask score thing. So !masks in chat if you'd like to enter the giveaway. And really grateful for all of the support from Magpie. It really means a lot. Loving the Days and Dungeons table. I love it too. It's really cool. Also, I have it on good authority that Magpie Games is announcing something really cool soon, or at Gen Con. That is all they have told me. They said that they want to wait till Gen Con to actually announce it on things and stuff. So I think we get to be the first people to actually announce it on stream after they do, of course, which is going to be next week during our next session. But yeah, so just a quick overview of stuff before we get started with the game. This Masks mini-series, as well as the D&D series that we're doing on D&D campaign that we're doing on Fridays, is part of Chaos Fridays, an initiative that I started recently to cause chaos and do more chaos stuff. While also causing chaos. I said chaos way too many times, but it works. So the goal for us is that we have a lot of fun while also not putting too much pressure on players to perform every week, which is why our games are alternate weeks. Like Masks, we have 2 weeks, and then we have 2 weeks off, and then stuff like that. And our D&D miniseries also one alternate weeks and other things. So it just gives people a chance to vibe and do other things and breathe. Anyway, I have talked too much. I am not the DM. As much as you would think with all the babbling, and I'm going to send it all over to our actual DM, Callum.
Hello everyone, my name is Callum. I use they them pronouns. I will be the storyteller, game master, whatever title this book chooses to give. I can't remember which one it is. Welcome to Reject. It's a Masks mini campaign. There's absolutely no pressure on me now that Magpie have supported this game for it to be good. No pressure at all. So yes, that's super exciting. Our players have put together a great cavalcade of characters that will introduce themselves now, I guess. I will go clockwise around the screen. I don't think there's anything else I have to say before I start doing my long enigmatic intro into the world of our game. But I will go around and ask the players to introduce themselves and tell us the name of their character and their pronouns, and save the descriptions until we introduce you in the space. Does that make sense? Cool. To my right on the screen, Vish, why don't you introduce yourself and your character?
Hi, hi, I'm Vish. I will be playing Shashi, aka Wiser, the protege.
Great. Steve, why don't you introduce yourself and your character?
Hello, I will be playing Supernova, the Burnout. Oh, wait, my name is Steve.
Wait.
He, him. Yeah, sorry about that.
It's okay. Why don't you introduce yourself and your character?
Hi, my name is Sway, she, they pronouns. I will be playing the Glitch Playbook, subcategories of Delinquent in the Nova. My character name is Sorrel, but I call him Soul for short.
Okay, there was a bit of housekeeping I forgot to do. We are using 2 custom playbooks. Both Sway and Steve are using the Burnout and Glitch playbooks from New Kids on the Block, which was handed to us by Ari from Illicit Peanuts. And we thank you very much for letting us use those playbooks. It's very exciting. And they are very cool playbooks. So yeah, that was the housekeeping I forgot to do. Izzy, do you want to introduce your character?
Of
And yourself?
course. Sorry. My name's Izzy. My pronouns are he, they. I'll be playing the Legacy Playbook, and my character's name is James Crusoe Rogers. Pronouns he, they.
Amazing. So, our story takes place in the utopian ideal of Halcyon City, a gleaming jewel that travels the ocean, a metropolitan that hovers along the oceans of the earth. It has been around since around the 1950s, because after the war, people were like, superheroes fighting wars seems like a bad thing, maybe. So they decided, for simplicity, let's just put all the super people on their own little city. So an organization known as Endeavour and an organization known as Aegis worked together to create Halcyon City, and it has been there ever since. We are now in the 2000. Wait, no, hold on. We're not in the 2000s anymore. We're in the 2020s. And the city is a shining example of what can be done with human ingenuity and the power of those that can change the world with their abilities. Apart from the fact that actually there are lots of areas within Halcyon City that you don't see when you see the posters or you see it from the outside. There are underdeveloped areas that are left to fall apart, basically, because this is a place where so much activity happens, where heroes and villains clash, where monsters will climb out of whatever hole they've been put into, or a invasion of dinosaurs from the far future who are part robot will rush through town. Certain areas of the city have not been given the care they should to be repaired. Halcyon is a city of refuge where anyone from anywhere can come as a refuge from war, discrimination, hate, and it does accept all those people, but that does mean that an underclass has developed within Halcyon. But with the politics out of the way, because who cares about that? We're here to be superheroes. We are going to start with Visor. Your mentor has contacted you through a communication device. Where do you think Visor is on like a Thursday evening? And describe Visor for us.
So Visor is looking like it just looks like the kid his age, like dressed in whatever the latest fashions, a cool jacket with lots of pockets, and these pockets are full of a bunch of knickknacks and a bunch of trash, like which was like hoarded up in the house, and is just going to try to see like a bunch of like weird electronics and stuff, like going to the shop and just seeing like what can be repaired, what can be salvaged, what can be like, I give you this, repair this for me kind of a deal. And just like, yeah, when he's figuring this out, he gets this message.
Visor, I've detected some sort of weird energy readings down in one of the lower districts. I need you to investigate for me.
All right. What should I know?
From what I can tell, and Aegis are being particularly closed on this one, something's been taken from Aegis. I can't tell you anything about it. All I know is they've lost something, and they're very annoyed about it.
All right. I'll get there on the ground and let you know what I see.
I'm sending you the location now. If it's too dangerous, call me.
Call who?
Me.
Oh.
If it's too dangerous.
Will do. Yeah.
Great. And yeah, you head off towards the location. It's like a dock area. You've been given the location of a dock. Some like abandoned warehouses. It used to be a shipment port for new materials coming in. This area is from probably about the 80s. It was in pretty good nick until a giant monster crawled out of the ocean and attacked the dock area. And since then, no one's bothered to repair it fully. So the area is now one of these underdeveloped areas that refugee families or working class people will take on because the rent is astronomically small. But it just means that you live in a really rough area where there are giant scrapes on the road where a giant crab monster once stood. Yeah, so you head on over there. I would like to go over to James, if that's okay.
Of course.
So you are. Where are you this Thursday evening? And what do you look like?
I'm either like just Thursday evening if I don't want to have any training. I'm probably just trying to find Soul and like hang out because it's been a while. Because they've been really secretive about stuff. So I'm just out near the neighborhood that I used to live with my little cell phone, like texting them. I'm dressed in my like usual fit, a white tee, blue overalls, a pink jacket, a pink bandana around my neck, like a very bedazzled pink cowboy hat. It's very out of place for where I am, for the neighborhood I'm in. I have my earbuds in just like dampen the sound, big sunglasses, and I have my rat, my little potato in the big pocket in on the front of my overalls, and he's just sitting there chilling. He also has a small cowboy hat to match with me.
It's interesting that you mentioned that you're looking for Soul because you've been sending messages and they haven't even been seen.
Oh,
Like when you
oh
look
no.
at like received or like read. It just says received, but they have not been read.
That's unusual. I don't like that. I'm gonna try to. I know where they live, so I'm gonna try to go there and see if they're there.
Yeah, I think where does Soul live? Sway.
I feel like they live in like this small like area. I don't think they have like a part-time job. It's not that good, but it gets the bills paid. Small in like a low area, somewhere probably near the orphanage that they was raised in. So it's small. It's like in a, I will say, dark part of the city. Very where the hoodlums and the criminals live, I would say. Yeah,
Right, is it like a
very dodgy
one-bed
part.
apartment?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
I think
very, yeah, very you could touch each wall type of apartment.
yeah, James arrives at this apartment. It's locked up, and as you knock for response, you don't hear anything.
That's even more unusual. I just sort of scream from outside the door. I just knock like really hard and I go, "So, buddy, you in there?"
Soul does not seem to be there, or at least if they are, they're ignoring you.
That happens. That happens a lot. But I give them a call to see if their like phone is ringing inside. Like if I can hear it, I take out my earplugs and I give them a call to see if I can hear the phone inside.
You cannot hear the phone ringing from the inside.
Haha, fuck. Okay. I'm gonna. Would I know? Yeah, I would probably know if they keep spare keys around. They probably don't keep spare keys around. I pop them a text saying I'm breaking in. I'll fix the lock later.
Yeah, I think
Then I,
you,
then
you
I just
with your super strength, you just quite simply pop the door.
and I pop my head in and I'm like, "Hello."
It's as
You
messy as it normally would be.
okay? That's
Actually, I think Seoul has some decorum. I think Seoul has like a very neat apartment, but it's
Okay.
just small. It looks dingy on the outside.
What
They're
I
very
meant
put
by messy
together, but
as it normally is, it's like nothing looks out of place from how you recognize it.
huh.
So
yes.
yeah,
I walk in. I just like close the door. I know I cannot lock it in. I just close the door and I just walk in and I'm like, "So I broke the lock, but I can fix it later. I promise." So
there is no response. However, you do get a phone call.
who is it? I open my. Is it like a plane number? Does it have a caller ID?
No, it's
Anything?
an identification.
Oh, I
Only
pick up the call immediately. Pick up the call.
hey kid, how are you?
Mr. Griffin?
Listen, I've got some business I need you to conduct for me.
Oh, okay. Business? What? Do I need to go somewhere? It's like
A item
groceries?
has been stolen from Aegis.
Oh
And
no. You want me to go get it?
our ordinary agents are inequipped to deal with whoever has managed to infiltrate this item.
Infiltrate the item?
Infiltrate where the item is being held.
Okay. Yeah, that makes more sense.
I need you to keep quiet.
Mm-hmm.
We don't want anyone knowing that this has happened.
Of course. My mouth is shut, zip locked, and I threw away the key. I don't know where it is.
I'm going to have to ask you to keep this secret from Nicholas too.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. I would never tell that. I didn't even go out. Yeah, I'm at home doing my homework.
We're going to have to keep
Woohoo.
it both when you're lying. Listen,
Okay.
I'm sending you the location now of where we think our item has gotten to. My agents aren't equipped to deal with matters like this, which is why I'm asking you as the potential next Aegis to deal this with it for us.
Of course, sir. I would never disappoint you.
I
Hopefully.
know you wouldn't.
Yes, sir. I will be on my way immediately once I finish searching for someone. Yeah.
This is a immediate
It's
matter I need you to deal with now.
okay. I'll come back and search further. I'll go get the thing, then I'll come back and search. No problem. I got it.
Cool. I think, based on that conversation, they have asserted their influence on you.
Yes.
So, they are going to... Well, it's if you want to resist their influence, let me know. If not,
No.
cool. Your mundane is going to go down by 1, and your superior is going to go up. Is that the one I wanted on it?
Oh,
Yeah, your superior is going to go to a +1. So your mundane is a 0, your superior is a +1.
got it.
Great.
I cut the call. I did one more look around the apartment, then I just head to the location.
Yeah, you've been sent to the same harbour location. Supernova, what are you doing on a Thursday evening?
Okay, so how old are these characters again? Like teenagers, right?
Late teenagers, yeah.
Okay, so Supernova is out getting shit-faced on a Thursday night.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that is exactly what they are up to. It has been a long, hard week of doing absolutely nothing in bed. So it's time to unwind and relax by going out and getting drunk. That is the vibe for the foreseeable future. He's not really feeling very social, and or actually it's quite the opposite. He's craving some sort of social interaction, but he doesn't really have a lot of friends on the streets. So the next best thing is to get drunk and talk to the imaginary voices in his head. Yeah, we're going depressing all of a sudden. But yeah, so Supernova is this big, like a big tall dude. He's built like a fucking bear. He's got couple of tattoos on his arms. He's wearing like this black hoodie which covers most of his face. Couple of burn marks on hidden under the hoodies from when he couldn't control his powers too much, and just pure vibes, as he likes to call it. Even though the vibes are not vibing right now, but yeah, and he's the kind of dude that if you saw from a distance, you would like step away because you wouldn't want to engage. But he's just got resting bitch face, unfortunately, and it doesn't help him, especially when he needs social interaction and needs to be friends and talk to people, because most people just avoid him. So that's exciting. But yeah, that's who you see.
Great. Well, you are at a dive bar called the Crab Bucket, which is in the harbour area where everyone else is heading to. There next to the bar, there is a shard of a giant crab creature that once attacked the city, and it's just been left. A shard of it's just been left, been bought by the proprietor of this bar, and has used it to try and market the bar, change their name to it, and that's where you're at the moment. And I think this is one of the usual spots to go and get shit faced. What's particularly good about this area is that no one gives a damn about anyone else's business. So, like, you can go there and people will not talk to you if you do not want them to. So yeah, that is where you are. The server on the counter kind of delivers your latest drink. Another?
Yeah, keep them coming. I'm good for it.
Right on. Walks away. When?
Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I got nothing.
Cool. As you are drinking, the power suddenly starts to fluctuate. The lights go on and off. The music box stops playing and sounds a bit fuddly, and you're not sure if it's the drink or it's actually happened.
This is exciting. I should drink more often. Is what they're saying. Yeah, that makes sense.
But after a couple of minutes of fluctuation, it all shuts down. And the barkeep's like, oh, gets like a torch out, hits a few switches. Power's out. You're welcome to sleep drinking. I'll go and get some candles. But you kind of look outside and you see that the power's gone on for a couple of streets.
Is there? I'm not really 100% sure on how the abilities of powers work, but I think Supernova's is going to light up like their arms, like their hands, basically, to provide some sort of light to the people in the dive bar for now, and just stand at the door, just leaning slightly outside to see if he can spot anything or anyone. Which it's a dive bar in the middle of the weirdest part of town, so there's going to be shady people everywhere. But yeah.
Yeah, I think your powers are very temperamental, but this is something you're pretty sure you can accomplish without blowing up the bar. So it's probably the drink that's helped you a little bit here. But your arms do flame up. Like your forearms flame up. They get to your elbows, and then one arm goes all the way, and the other just stops at the elbow. And I don't think anyone looks at you particularly weirdly. Like this is Halcyon City. There's weirdos like you everywhere. You're like, it's kind of weird if this didn't happen. But as you look outside and kind of look around and see if there's anything else, you do see down by the docks. This is I guess 2 streets. So I guess you've got the actual dock, a row of housing, and then the main street of the area, which has got a massive scar down the middle of the road. You do see a bolt of electricity hitting one of the somewhere down in the docks. You see a bolt of electricity hitting a building, and it seems to be light coming from that direction.
Okay. I guess it's superhero time, and I think
I guess it's superhero time as you stumble out slightly drunk.
yeah, exactly. I think he's gonna step out of the door, trip on the steps, and fall flat on his face, and be like, okay. Well, that didn't go as expected, but it's fine. And I think Supernova has this ability, not his ability, he has this thing where, since, doesn't get any sort of contact from people that he needs, he just talks to himself all the time. So that's going to be my internal monologue with him talking to himself. Yeah. Okay. It's fine. We're fine. Everything's okay. He's just going to dust himself off, forgetting that he's still on fire. Oh, shit. Oh, and just try to blow out the flames on his shoulder before attempting to douse himself of the flames and Naruto style run towards the electric bolt.
There's a drunk guy outside who's watched this whole thing happen and goes, "Go for it, Blaze boy!"
Okay, you know what? Blaze Boy could be an actual superhero name. I'm gonna keep that in my back pocket. Thank you.
So you wake up in a confined space, and your eyes are slowly adjusting to the light. Could you tell us what Soul looks like for a sway?
Well, Soul is about 6'1", 200 pounds, black, dark skin, individual, very androgynous with their looks. They're most likely wearing like a graphic tee that's oversized with sweats or like cargo pants that they enjoy. They're usually coordinated with their outfits, so their sneakers usually match with their apparel. They have dark red, brownish hair, and they have amber eyes. They are very annoyed at the situation, trying to figure out what exactly is going on because they don't like to be in confined spaces, and last thing they remember was getting into a fight. So
Yeah, you kind of are recovering. You kind of feel like you got a little bit of a throbbing head from that fight. You see as your eyes adjust, there are two people chatting. You start to hear what they're saying as you're kind of adapting to the situation you're hearing. It's a little bit muffled by whatever box you're in. There is a he must be older, but you're not sure how old. Kind of slightly above average height man with white hair. He's wearing goggles and a like kind of like a suit, like a one piece, kind of what pilots wear or like mechanics wear, like a jumpsuit of some sort, from what you can tell from the back. And he's talking to a masked figure who I will say you recognize as one of the supervillains known as the Black Owl. Kind of imagine Owlman from or a Batman type character, but owl themed. But his suit is all black. But rather than like equipped with gadgets, it's just a suit. You will know that they are a supervillain of some notoriety. There's been a couple of Black Owls and they are not like a top tier villain, but the fact there's been a few of them over the years means they're somewhat notable, and they are known for using magic. Here you go, as requested. But Aegis will know you've taken this. Oh, don't worry about Aegis. I wanted them to know. Now, take your payment and leave. I expect I'll have company soon. It seems like your test subject over there is woken up. Fantastic. Thank you. The elder man turns to look at you, Sway, and you can see that their jumpsuit has a series of like electronic gadgets kind of marked through it. It looks as if it connects to other bits of equipment that you can't see. And they kind of come over to you with their goggles on their eyes. Wake up, child! Welcome.
Well,
How do you feel?
that's a dumb question coming from someone who most likely entrapped me. What am I even doing here?
No. You have the wrong of it, my dear. The wrong of it. You are... I found you unconscious in an alleyway. I have restored
Yes.
you to health.
So why entrap me? I don't like being entrapped.
Well, I must say that in return for my assistance, I have something to offer you.
Assistance?
I saved you
Assistance?
from that alleyway.
I would have saved myself. Got up eventually. What have you even saved me from?
No,
That's so funny.
no. You would have not saved yourself.
Are you so sure? I'm built different, so I don't know.
You are built different. Organic powers. I do love the way that your body works. Fascinating to me.
What are you talking about? I don't even have powers.
Oh, yes, you do, my dear. Yes, you
Doesn't even make sense. Let me out of here.
do. Black Owl, before you leave, I have a request of your assistance. I would like you to choke the young one out with your magic. Go ahead. Do it now.
What? I am
And you see
screaming.
Black Owl kind of like shrug and just like go to use magic on you, and it just fizzles.
Fizzles out, I assume.
What the? What is this, kid? Power negation! Fascinating little ability. Absorbs it, straight off. Even magic, you see. Not just organic powers, not just artificial powers, magical ability. Just absorbs it right off the core. It's fascinating stuff.
What are you even talking about?
You have
I
power
don't
negation.
have powers.
You do. I'm sorry to inform you, my dear. You are a superpowered individual.
That's impossible. I never had powers.
You've had them since you were born, I'm afraid.
No. I think that's why my parents left me on the doorstep of an orphanage. I don't have powers.
We'll get to that eventually. Now, your body is specifically interesting genetically. Your power negation effects there. Fascinating to me. I will take a sample of you to study later. But for now, I have something I'd like to test on you.
I'm not a test subject.
And here we go. The chamber that you're in fills with gas. And a liquid starts to fill up the container.
Sol is most definitely trying to try to break it in some way, like the engagement, trying to get out because they know they can't survive in their head. They're like, oh, they don't have power, so they can't exactly break, but it's like a futile effort. But they're still trying to hit the glass, you know.
And as you do, like the liquid rises above your arms, and like weirdly you can breathe through it as it covers your mouth and a nose, and over your eyes, and the full tank is full. They hit another button, and the power outage that Supernova just experienced happens. And you wake up again in a different place. In a different box.
Do I think I can get out of this?
This box opens as you push it open. But as you push it open, your arm is not your arm.
Sol looks at their arm, inspecting it, seeing, okay.
You try to move your arm so you can inspect it, but you can't. In fact, your body is moving, but you are not controlling your body.
Okay.
It's also not your body.
Can I say something out loud, like hello or something, and see?
You hear someone else say from where you think your mouth is. What's going on? Where am I? I don't remember. Worry not. Boy, welcome to the war effort. And you kind of realize that you're stood in a really old looking lab, and there are multiple people in lab coats, and a figure you can't make out has just said that to you. And in that moment, you are back in your body, in that capsule that you were in originally.
Okay, Sol is trying her hand on the head, trying to gauge what's going on, what just happened, in her head, what's just happened, oh my gosh. They're really speechless right now because they can't understand what's going on, and the only thing they can remember is getting the water or goo filling up, so they are trying to get out, trying to escape this situation that they're in because they're confused and they hate that. They don't like being uncertain of anything, so they're trying to figure out their surroundings while also dealing with the fact that whatever just happened.
You hear from inside your head, "Get up, kid."
Who are you? Wait, who are you? Wait,
I expect that's a real
was that
long
me?
story.
What do you mean?
You're gonna have
Long
to fight.
story.
You ready?
Fight? What do you mean? Who are you?
I think this is the moment where Visor smashes through the window on top. James blasts through a wall, and Supernova runs through the hole in the wall that James has just made. You have all arrived at the same time. You see in a big, like, capsule with lots of evil science equipment attached to it. Soul, in the capsule, you see the elder gentleman with the goggles, who has kind of like just stepped into like a exoskeleton that attaches to their jumpsuit, like the little electronics that are riddled throughout the suit, attached to a exoskeleton suit that is like all bronze and gold. It looks quite steampunky. Oh, I see that they've sent the Junior League to deal with this.
Weirdo.
Fascinating.
I ignored his sentence and I just like streamlined to the capsule, and I'm just like knocking to see how fragile it is, to see if I can just punch through and get Soul out of there.
It's pretty sturdy. You do have super strength, so you can just punch through it.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing.
Yeah, you punch through it, the liquid kind of releases out, and so you have been punched out of the capsule, and you see your friend James in front of you.
Why are you in a capsule? What is this?
What? I don't. James?
You've not been home for 2 weeks. You haven't seen any of my texts. You haven't replied to any of my texts. And then I go to your apartment and maybe broke in, and then you weren't there either. And then I find you in a warehouse in Goo. Why are you in Goo?
James?
Yeah?
Like, whatever you just said didn't register my brain at all, and you're talking too much. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
You're really breaking that thing. I point to the golden thing.
Huh?
Not a golden, whatever the steampunk thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The professor turns to the four of you. Welcome, my dear, to my greatest achievement yet.
Huh?
Transferring of powers.
Okay. Whatever. Just straight up ignores the man. Nope. Your goggles are weird, Mr. Old Man. And I turned back to Soul. And I was like, I may have broken your apartment lock, but I'll fix it.
James, not right now.
Okay.
I think Soul turns to the direction of like the doctor, the professor, and says, "What did you do to me?"
It granted you great power.
Does it come with great responsibility?
Oh.
Well, you would know all about that, wouldn't you, Supernova? The burden of responsibility.
Wait, you know who I am?
Oh, I know a great deal about most things.
Stalker?
I would like to call for a move.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I have this move called been reading the files. So through my mentor's resources, like, have I encountered? Do I know about this guy? The move asks me to roll plus superior, and I can tell an important fact about the guy if I know something.
Absolutely. Please roll me a superior roll.
Oh yeah, how are we rolling? Is it fine if I just roll here?
Yeah, just roll however you like and tell me the result. So you're rolling 2d6 and telling me the result, plus or minus your stat.
So that's a 12, like 10 plus 2.
Wow. Okay.
On a 10 plus, ask the GM of okay. On the hit, tell the team one important detail you've learned from your studies.
Yeah.
The GM tells you what, if anything, seems different from what you remember. On a 10 plus, ask a follow-up question.
Great. Okay. So you have done some reading into Endeavour. Now, Endeavour is the superhero team that is the premier superhero team of the world, but most importantly, Halcyon City. Their origins go all the way back to the Victorian era, where they were Victorian adventurers. When they encountered superpowered beings and then made like superpower investigation their main focus. They would so they were kind of like going around the world, finding super people, training them up, and then like having like lots of clubhouses around the world. Is vaguely what you know about them. To recap where we were before the world ended, our heroes, Visor, Supernova, and James, arrived to save one of our other heroes, Soul, who seems to have been taken by a mysterious figure known as the Professor, who did some sort of horrible experiment to them, and now there's someone else in their head. Visor has just asked me, using one of their moves, for information about the supervillain they've just encountered. I was explaining that they are an old nemesis of Endeavour. Endeavour is the premier superhero team of the world. They were the first people to discover superheroes all the way back in the Victorian era, where they did what all British people do when they find a thing, they go and do some colonization and imperialism around the world, where they went around finding superpowered people and setting up little clubhouses on all the continents of the earth, and were in charge of those with powers. During the First Great World War, Endeavour were part of the frontline effort. They faced a group of powered people who jumped to the other side, known as the Misfit Brigade, who were kind of the first famous supervillain team. But the person that you're looking at, and the armor, this kind of steampunk armor, is from a nemesis of Endeavour called Professor Endeavour, who between World War I and II was part of a two-man unit who attacked the home base, which was a large county estate in Great Britain, in England. There were two figures that attacked. One was a superpowered individual. The other was a tech-based supervillain, known as Professor Endeavour. The suit that you're looking at is that suit from that time. You don't know if it's the same person, but you're pretty sure that that's the same suit.
Okay.
Because you rolled so high, you do get to ask a follow-up question.
Yeah, so I assume that they were defeated at some point. So, is there any mention of like I imagine like Gauntlet would have like notes on all sorts of powered suits as like that one failed. So make sure that doesn't happen to me. So like, is there a weakness of note in some historic superhero battle?
So, you annoyingly, the details of that fight were not detailed. Just the fact it happened. You don't know anything about its power source, and you don't know anything about its strengths and weaknesses. All you know is that there was a fight with a Professor Endeavour that led to a second coming of the Misfit Brigade. So the Misfit Brigade were in the war, were defeated. Sometime after the war, this Professor Endeavour and someone else showed up, attacked Endeavour, started a new Misfit Brigade, and then
Disappear?
yeah, disappeared.
I just
Well, no, they didn't disappear. They were defeated,
right.
but there's no details on how.
Okay. Then yeah, while this history lesson is going through Weiser's head, I would just like to describe. I think right now Weiser is like suited up. I mean, suited up in the sense like he has pulled up like a runner's mask, which has like silver painted grooves of like a knight's helmet from the 1600s, and is wearing like a really shiny, reflective, like 80s style glasses, which also have like these which is recording footage and like has a hood put it up. And yeah, looks to Soul for like how are they reacting.
Yeah. Soul, it's worth saying, you are currently in your Dare playbook.
Yeah.
And you kind of hear an echo in your voice, in your head.
Okay.
And it's not the voice you heard originally. It seems to be the memory of someone else shouting, "Move it, soldier!"
Okay. So, Soul is a little startled by that, but in that it gave them motivation in a way to like charge towards the professor and try to like, you know, get them like right in the face, like just full force punch in the face. Because I don't exactly know my power, so
Okay,
I don't know
so
if I can do this.
I think because you're now in your Nova playbook, I'm going to let you power up your yeah. Just give me a roll of 2d6 for a second.
It is a 9.
Great. So you are now angry. You have the angry condition. And you will get 3 burn, which lets you use 4 flares that you have chosen for your Nova sheet.
Okay.
Did you pick 4?
Yeah, but I was like, none of them are exactly helpful in the situation,
Right,
but
right.
I think
No,
probably
that's
like
fine.
Yeah.
Because there's also directly engage a threat. When you directly engage a threat, roll plus danger, on a hit, trade blows, which I think is what you're attempting to do. So, if you would like to, you can directly engage a threat. So please roll plus danger.
Okay. This danger is for me, +1. 10. Yeah, 10.
Great.
9.
On a 10, you pick 2 of these options. So you can resist or avoid their blows, take something from them, create an opportunity for your allies, or impress, surprise, or frighten the opposition. And you get to choose 2 of those options.
I will
When you... I'll just explain that when you succeed, you trade blows, so they will do damage to you and you will do damage to them, unless you choose to resist.
most definitely probably not resisting. Just ready to fight. It's just pure anger and spite is running through their body right now, so
Yeah.
they're not really upset, like really thinking, just like, adrenaline is going. And the second choice for me was, I'm trying to look for it in a playbook, but I can't see it. I think the second one. I'm sorry. Can you say the options again? Just one
So
more
you
time.
can resist or avoid their blows, take something from them, create an opportunity for your allies, or impress / surprise your opponent.
I don't think the rest of my team. Not team, but I don't think they would. I don't know if they gauge the situation, but probably leave it open for them if they see me attacking them. At that very moment, I think when Soul runs, they're like, "You experimented on me. Why would you do that?" Because it's just anger right now. They're yelling,
Yeah.
and it's like kind of manic in their eyes. It's like dangerous.
Yeah. Right. I think you are. So I think you are going to. Yeah, you kind of lash out towards them, and I think you managed to get a piece of their kind of like suit knocked off them. Like a piece of their suit kind of flies off them as you crash into them. And they kind of stumble backwards, but as they do, they kind of like let out a bolt of energy that hits you. And they kind of drop to the floor, and their suit kind of helps them back up. But they go, "Hey, impressive! Your powers have already come into their own."
Told you I didn't have powers. What are you talking about? And it's just like they're just wailing. And it's just like what hits they can get in. They're like, what?
I'm going to say that you did get hit by that blast, so you are going to take the insecure condition as well.
Okay.
So you're both angry and insecure.
No.
Totally valid. Understandable.
Yeah, everyone else, you've just seen Soul has suddenly just used powers that they didn't have access to before to lash out at this guy. All these James, you would know they wouldn't have these powers before.
Would we know?
Oh,
Like that's what I was gonna ask. Do we know Soul? Like, does Supernova know Soul, or like know of them in passing, or is it the first time we're meeting?
I think this is the first time we're meeting, but you did just hear them say, "I don't have any powers," as they just used powers to blast themselves across the room.
I think Supernova is going to be like, you know what? Funny story. I don't have any powers either, and he's going to try to shoot flame blast at this dude.
Right. Let's have a look at your sheet.
Confused James. Just standing around. What the fuck is going on?
And like James knows how Soul can get, like just pure
Oh,
anger
yeah.
and spite running through their body.
I'm like,
I think for you that will just be a unleash your powers for me, Steve. So roll plus freak.
Plus freak. Freak is 0.
It also could be provoke.
Sorry, what was that?
I mean, depends on like what Steve intends Supernova to do, but it could also be provoke someone, right?
It's
I
a
think-
4 regardless. So a 2d6, right?
No. This is unleash power because I get to do mean things now.
It was 2d6, right? Just to confirm.
Yeah, 2d6.
Okay,
Yeah.
4. This is great.
So you were going to
Did
mark a
it get
condition.
plus anything?
It was plus 0.
oh, yeah.
Did they get plus anything since I said I created an opportunity for my allies? I don't know.
It's alright.
Oh, sorry. This playbook is very complicated. Start with all conditions marked. With every success of a spark roll, you mark off a condition. Every failure of a subsequent condition can not fail.
Oh, that doesn't sound great.
Okay. So, you start with all your conditions marked, which is fun.
Me? Right?
Yeah. So,
Oh, so that's a -2 to what the roll
Yeah.
was? No, I don't like that.
Just set up for failure.
Just to be fair, he was drunk
but
right
you do
before.
add 1 to your fade track, right? So you have all your conditions marked. You have a thing called the fade track, and that is currently at 1.
Okay.
So don't get to full fade or bad things will happen, I believe. If Ari is still in chat, tell me if I'm right about this. Okay. So you go to use your powers, Steve, and you sure do use your fire. Unfortunately, it does set fire to that liquid from the
Oh no.
Oh no.
chamber that Soul was in that has leaked out
No,
since
no.
James has smashed it. So the building is now on fire.
Fuck.
I meant to do that.
Yeah, you did, of course. Okay. So that happened. My priority is still Soul. Can I try to like just pick Soul up and fly out of it? This is rescue mission now.
I
Picking
mean,
everybody up and fly out of there.
you could definitely try. I'd say that right now it looks like Soul is very angry.
So, oh no. Okay, that's like picking up a book.
Yeah. So, what would this be?
Oh,
Okay. Also, just to clarify, does Wiser understand that soul is the thing ages lost?
Oh, you can't.
I
Oh, right.
don't.
Wait. So, you don't know what it was. I think, based on this whole situation, you could safely assume that either soul is what was stolen, or whatever has happened has been used on soul.
Okay.
So the thing that was stolen, I think, James, you were given a file of information that
Which I
was the
absolutely did not
item
read.
that you absolutely did not read. Okay, that's what I assumed.
Okay.
I don't
I'm,
read
going, I'm going to look at James, who's looking to like the thing. I'm like, okay, I'll distract the professor. He, can you get them out of here?
Absolutely. I grab so.
Right. I'm gonna say, you can either I guess comfort or support soul in this moment, or defend. Up to you.
I'll defend. I feel like defense is a better stat. Because I
So
think
roll
defend is okay. 36 plus savior, I think.
Yeah.
Oh god, thank god. Oh my god. Oh. That's a 6 and a 4 plus 2.
Yeah. Great. You will. Yeah, you just keep. So you are able to hold soul back, with your strength, but it's much harder than usual. Like normally, you've been in fights with where you and soul have gotten into trouble, and normally you can just kind of like hold soul back with one finger, and it'll be fine. Right now, soul is resisting your strength.
Come on, dude. We gotta get out of here. There's fire. Don't do this to me. And I'm just like trying my best to drag them out of there.
No, because he needs to be dealt with. He needs to be dealt with because he literally, I don't know what he did. He needs to be dealt with. I don't care.
The fire will deal with him.
And like,
Visor. Sorry to interrupt. Visor, could you roll me a provoke someone? So that's plus superior. Please continue soul.
So I just describe what Visor is trying to do is like use the knowledge of like what he knows about this guy and just like, hey professor, glad to get you out of my history lesson, and then like try to like come up with like nags from like, I heard you lost to this guy, like why are you out now, and then try to like read his mind to see what he's reacting to, pick on that and try to take the aggro.
Cool. I think for now we'll just do the distraction. So roll to provoke.
Yeah. So that's superior, right? 8 plus 2, that's a 10.
Cool. You think you know history, do you? You know nothing of the truth. And they kind of leap towards you, with these like mechanical arms that are on their exosuits. So, like one's got a drill, one's got a laser.
Oh my god!
And they kind of leap towards you, and like the there are like extensions to the legs, so they are taller than they normally would be. Yeah, absolutely. They are fully taken by your bait, and they will now be coming towards you. I think I I will let you attempt to use your psychic abilities to pierce the mask. You are the. Let me just check unless there's anything in your rule book that's better.
No, nothing in my playbook has anything to do with that.
Cool. Yeah, then you're going to pierce the mask and see if you can get it. So you're going to roll me plus mundane.
So that's a 4.
It's a 4. Your psychic abilities cannot get through their head.
Yeah. I think that's not the training that he has focused on. It's things just going off of the facial reactions and stuff, like it's getting something, but nothing, not getting anything. But
I think the fact that he acknowledged history will tell you that this is whatever he's doing is motivated by the past. But you cannot reach his mind in this moment. I am now going to make him do something.
Oh no. That's never good.
I was most definitely feeling like trying to jump over James' hands to just get
No.
to this man right now.
Fire! You burn. You are flammable.
I feel like the only way you're getting them out of there is like rapid fast
Oh yeah.
movement or something.
I'm
I
flying out of there.
They have completed their goals for tonight. But they're just gonna try and burn the place down even further to get out of
Oh.
here.
Oh no.
So, they are going to trigger a device in the building, and the building is going to start to collapse.
Oh fuck.
And
Oh.
yeah, they like a pillar drops between you and them. And they are going to try and make their escape.
okay. Stop me if I'm like trying to do too much. So if they are trying to run away, I'm Wiser would like to like telepathically put a tracking device on that guy. I have from my resources, I have surveillance equipment, so I think that's reasonable. But like, it's just about whether I have the opportunity or not.
Are you on it? Your powers are. Oh, you have telepathy and telekinesis. Okay. Yes. Yeah. Go ahead. Why don't you roll me? You know what? I think you do that. You manage to attach, using your mind, attach a tracking device to them as they make their escape. So you all are now in a burning building that's collapsing.
Okay.
All right. He's a problem for later. Let's get out. Let's get out. Yeah.
Am I out with Soul? I would hope
Yeah, do you want to
so.
take Soul with you? Soul, are you going to be resisting, trying to be moved?
Fire might do.
I will
You're
I will.
flammable.
I mean, I'll be shouting this and like, you bastard, and it's just like I'm gonna let James take me away, but like they're still pissed off and like they're angry and they're cussing
Yeah.
this stranger who tried to do whatever they did to them out. Like, you bastard, you fucker, you son of a bitch, I will get my hands on you. I will get my hands on you. Trust. Oh,
Yes, we will.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
As you say those words, Soul, you are again somewhere else, in someone else's body. In a similar, back in that lab that you saw earlier, which is now burning down. Many of the people in the lab coats are on the floor, dead or unconscious, and the person that you are in the body of has screamed the words that you've just said at a figure who's they're looking up at. You can't quite make out their appearance. There's a light disguising their appearance, but you're looking up and you're going, "You bastard! When I get my hands on you!" That is where your brain is currently at. Yeah. Steve, Supernova and Visor, how are you getting out?
I think Supernova is feels extremely guilty about this whole thing because like it's my fault. I caused this fire, so they're gonna use defend to try to defend the people from the fire, so they can escape while he tries to basically trying to hold it back using his own fire manipulation abilities to hold it back while the others retreat. Basically that.
Yeah. Please roll me Savior plus Savior.
Yeah, that's also a 0. So that's going to be a -2 because of my stats, right?
Yep.
This is great.
Oh,
This is
no,
great.
buddy.
That's a 3. That's a 3.
Big guy, you're doing so great.
You attempt to kind of master the flames, and for a moment they feel like they're gonna work with you. But actually, what happens is the flames kind of, in your panic, ignite further. You're gonna take another fade.
Oh no.
You do get out the building, but that is because a gas can has been hit and you've been blown out of the building.
Oh, painful. Painful to watch.
I think in this moment I just look to Soul. I don't know what this shifting is happening. I just look at Soul and be like, have a tracker on the bastard. Let's get out. And I don't think it's very reasonable to jump out of the building, but like, if that's the quickest way out, I don't know how far up we are.
It was a 1-floor like abandoned warehouse.
I'm just like, if we broke in, like I'm just going to like try to jump out, grab something and jump again.
Yeah, I think you can just do that. I've got no moves that specifically say. So I think you managed to get your way out. And the 4 of you stand there, or in Supernova's case, on the floor, lie there as the building collapses entirely.
I'm poking Supernova just to be like, you alive, buddy?
I'm just gonna put my thumb up, like my hand up with thumb up. I meant to do that.
Sure you did.
I
Blow
think
up the
in
building.
that moment, you notice a spotlight from above on you, and the sound of a helicopter as water is sprayed down onto the building that is alight. vibe when you look up and you recognize this is one of Gauntlet's vehicles. Your mentor, who is kind of trying to put out the fire, and there's a light from their kind of helicopter vehicle shining down on you.
I was just about to call you.
All right, kiddies, playtime's over. And also, and you kind of hear them before you see them, because you hear the sound barrier break. Aegis, who is this kind of Superman-esque figure with blonde hair and like it's like gold little shoulder bits on them, is in front of you, and they are like grabbing for you, James, and trying to make sure you're okay. Are you okay? You okay?
I'm fine. I'm great.
What happened? What were you doing out here?
I was getting my. We were just around the area, and then the lights went out, and then this building caught on fire, and then I found this Mr. Supernova. I think this guy, he flew out of the building. Not flew out of the building. The building blew up, and he just sort of came up. I think that's also not. Yeah.
Don't worry, I've got it from here, and he will blow super breath on the building, putting out the fire and making the water being sprayed from Gauntlet's helicopter completely pointless.
I don't think that helps. That you just put more oxygen into fire. That's more fire. Even I know that.
I've been in this business much longer than you have. Trust me, I know what I'm doing. Picks up Supernova and is like super speed flying into the nearest hospital.
Okay.
If we're flying, I'm gonna start yelling at him. I don't have insurance. You can't take me to a hospital. That's not how this works. I'm not you.
A friend of my son is a friend who gets my insurance.
I don't think that's how it works, but okay.
I as he flies off, I like take out my phone and I call Mr. Griffin.
Don't worry, kid. I've been watching the whole thing from here.
So I couldn't find an item inside because there was this owl man professor person, and he put my friend in a capsule. Okay. Also, Dad took one of the people I think I think he just dropped in from somewhere. His name is Supernova. That took him to hospital, and I heard him scream he doesn't have insurance.
We'll sort all that out.
Okay.
As that kind of phone call is cut off, 4 like SUVs show up on the scene, and armed agents of Aegis get out those vans and are like going into situation control, and the 3 of you that are still there are shoved into the back of one of these SUVs.
Hey,
it can be nicer.
Yeah, go on.
I was just like, I talked to one of the guards. You can be nicer about this. You don't have to shower us.
I really hope you guys are taking us to the hospital to our friend.
Oh yeah, that. I just like
my mic's just around the corner. Like, do we need to do this?
They're not talking to you. They just say, subjects are secured, and you are driven off into the night.
Okay.
Mr. I just decided to call this driver a random name. I'm like, Mr. Gary, do you think we could, like, I don't know, stop at the hospital for like 5 minutes? I'll go in, I'll see Mr. Nova, and then I'll come back out. Is that possible?
I don't think he's gonna talk.
That is so sad.
Hi.
Your accomplice will be on site when we arrive.
He's not. We didn't do. Okay. I mean, we didn't set the boat. He did, but we're not part. It's fine.
You are driven away, and the cars eventually go into tunnels that lead under Halcyon City itself, into the kind of mechanisms and deep below the city that is a network of tunnels that lead into an operational facility which acts as Aegis's headquarters. And you're taken to one of these little outposts. And you're all placed in a room. And after some time, Supernova is also placed in the room with you.
Oh, great. Lovely.
Supernova, you have received medical attention. You still have all your conditions.
That's fantastic.
And all
Are
your
you
fate.
good?
But you are feeling a little bit better.
Well, that was exciting. What did I miss? Is everyone okay?
Are you good? Do you feel better?
Well, I'm not hungover anymore, which kind of sucks. But yeah,
Oh.
What's James's last name?
Nicholas Griffin.
So wait, was the one who carried Supernova is James's dad, or I'm just clarifying.
That's my dad.
Oh, so
That was my dad.
we are Griffin's son's accomplished. I think that's cool.
So yes,
Yeah.
you would recognize the superhero who saved Supernova as Aegis.
Aegis.
He is the kind of figurehead of the Aegis organization. To explain some more lore, Endeavour, a group of superheroes who originated from this Victorian society, but post World War I and II, the world all kind of went, we can't have superheroes fighting world wars because they're stupidly overpowered. Like, in this world, the Manhattan Project never happened because superheroes are powerful enough that you don't need that. So, a new organization called Aegis split off from Endeavour, and their kind of whole mission statement is the regulation of superheroes, which is where Halcyon City comes from. Was like the solution was to put a lot of superpowered people on a moving city that could act as a utopia, but also be politically neutral. Aegis have got superheroes around the world, but they control what incidents they respond to. Aegis is the hero who is kind of like the Aegis frontman. Most of the organization is humans without powers who manage heroes, but they do have their Aegis operative who is kind of like any incident around the world that Aegis need a superpowered like response to that is like a big world threat, they will go. And they are kind of like a Superman figure, but they're very corporate Superman. Or they are basically the superhero government Superman. There is another called Triumph, who is the de facto leader of Endeavour and Halcyon City, but they only operate within Halcyon. Whereas Aegis is given the freedom to operate around the world because they are the main operative of Aegis. Which is why they share a name. I know it's confusing. but they are
Yeah,
one of the premier superheroes.
my dad.
His dad
That
is.
was embarrassing. Yeah, so I'm gonna just like I'm sitting in the corner with Soul, and I realized like they have different colored hair and eyes now, and I'm like, huh, that's new.
Soul,
What?
your head is still not in your body.
Oh
For everyone else,
Yeah.
this looks like Soul is just like dissociating from reality. For Soul, you're in a different memory where you're in a cell with a metal door, it's a much smaller room, and you've just been thrown in there.
Okay. So right now, well, so quotation marks. It's like, why did you put me in here?
The voice of the other person is kind of like has launched at the door and is going, "What is this? We're meant to be heroes. Why am I here?" And then you snap back to the present.
So,
Heroes? Huh?
oh, it's so glad to have you back. You went somewhere, don't know where, but you went somewhere right now. You okay? Was the fight too much? Did you get carbon monoxide poisoning or something?
I don't think. I think that professor did something I don't know. He.
No.
I keep seeing visions, flashbacks. I don't know of something else somewhere else. I
Oh,
don't know.
okay. That doesn't sound great. You're seeing stuff that that is not here. That doesn't sound great. Okay. We should maybe we should have taken. I is there like an opening? Can I try to open the door to like maybe find Mr. Griffin?
Soul, you have gone back to your here playbook. And James, as you go to try and open the door, it's locked. But you cannot use your super strength.
Is there like any bars I could just? I don't want to break stuff around here. I feel like I'll get in trouble. Is there like any window I could possibly scream through and get
There
somebody's
are no
attention?
windows in this room.
Okay, I'll break the lock.
Yeah,
I'm trying to scribble something. I overheard a little bit. I'm trying to scribble something on a note and then walk over to Soul and shake their hand. Like, hi, I'm Wiser.
Hi, I guess.
I mean, if you take my hand, you'll steal a piece of paper.
Why should I? I don't even know you like that.
Well, we are apparently accomplices.
We're friends.
I like accomplices. It's fun.
I
Yeah,
like
sounds
friends.
edgy. Yeah. You know that this is I don't know. It's just bullshit. But can we, like, how long are we supposed to stay in here? Is there like, are there any cameras or anything?
I
Probably.
don't know. But I'm opening this door and I break the lock again.
Also, yeah, I have cameras on me. They're off, but just letting you know.
Oh.
So, okay. 2 things have happened. Visor, your equipment stops working.
Yeah.
Well, when should stop
After you try and take Soul's hand. James, you are unable to break the lock, either because it's too strong or you don't feel very strong right now.
I don't like that. I don't like that one bit. No. No. Do I see any cameras in here? Is there like any visible
No.
cameras in here? No? Okay.
Wait,
I'd knock on the door. I'll be polite.
Supernova? Do you want to do something?
I was gonna say, James, can you, what's up? Is the door not being unlocked? What is happening?
Either the lock's too strong or I'm too weak, and I don't like either possibility. Anybody have a lockpick on them? I look at Soul like they would be walking around carrying a lockpick.
Honestly, I think Soul is very confused in this situation, and everyone's talking about being friends and stuff, and Soul is like, no, none of you are my friends. You're all strangers. I have somewhat a small bit of sympathy for James and the only person here. But the rest of you guys, I do not know. And I don't know what you mean by accomplices, but I was kidnapped and entrapped.
You were
an experiment. Oh,
that's why you were in text. That's why you didn't see my text for 2 weeks, and your house was empty. That makes sense. I thought you ran away or something. My bad. That's on me.
I'm sorry. I was what for what? 2 weeks?
Yeah. I'm when you don't talk to me for a week, I just assume like I said something and you're just mad at me. But then the next week you didn't even check my text and send me that one emoji you always send. So I was like, oh, James is not home. So I went to your home and maybe broke a lock or something. Yeah. And you weren't there.
Well, while this conversation happens, or as you're kind of attempting to communicate with each other, a different bit of the wall opens up.
Oh no.
And out steps a smartly dressed man, very sharp features, slick black hair, a navy striped suit, and James, you recognize this as the man who sent you on this mission, Jeremy Griffin.
I stand in front of Soul, so like we have like inch difference in height, which I'm hoping to use to just be like, hello, Mr. Griffin.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jeremy Griffin. I am currently Director of Aegis.
Okay.
Is that supposed to be?
But
yeah, Visor is kind of like eyes wide, like this is happening.
Yeah, I think so. Supernova is just like, not this again.
Like, okay, what do you want me to do with that information? Let me out of here.
I'm
The
very
four of
much
you
like, do
were
not look at
involved.
so.
The four of you were involved in a very delicate issue, and I am required to talk to you about these events to ensure this does not become a further problem.
Understood,
Problem?
Mr. Griffin.
I have a few questions. Don't mind. Visor, why were you there?
Oh, are you two not talking?
Oh,
That's all I needed to hear.
oh,
Of course, Supernova,
oh.
I would ask why you were there, but your movements are very quite easy to identify.
The fuck does that mean? I'm not predictable. Fuck you.
They pull out a receipt of your drinks order.
Oh no. Oh yeah. That makes
Quite
sense.
nice. Yeah.
Okay, listen, in my defense, it's none of your fucking business.
Everything that you people do is my business.
Maybe you should look into, I don't know, some different sort of investment or ROI for your business then, dude, because this is not it. Like, we were just minding our own fucking business and this shit happened and sure, I may have gotten a little bit out of control, but it was not on purpose. So,
Yeah, we didn't mean to burn the building down.
The
I
building is of
personally
no
do not like.
consequence.
I don't appreciate being wrapped up into all of this. I'm a powerless person, so I don't understand why I'm here. I was kidnapped.
Who told you you were powerless?
What do you mean? Ever since I was a kid, I didn't have any powers.
You have power negation.
Mhm.
What is that?
You stop other people's powers from working. It's why James couldn't break through that door.
Damn. So why'd you do that?
What do you mean? What do you mean? Why did I do that? I don't even have powers. Like, what are you talking about?
And more importantly, you have been experimented on with a sample from our archives.
Oh, so that's what I was supposed to get.
He said keyword experimented on. I didn't consent to it. One day, I was getting into a fight. I got knocked out, which I'm impressed happened. And then I was in a box. And then I was in goo. And then I woke up and I keep having these. Whatever.
No,
Oh,
please
I
explain.
think Soul sees stuff. I think Soul needs medical attention. But like I would like to be present there. Cause like friends don't leave. I'm not gonna do that spiel. My bad.
Yes. The issue is that Soul's power negation makes their examination difficult.
Huh?
What do you mean examination?
Read
Our
that.
pet does not like your head.
Head?
What now?
What is it about my head?
Visor,
Their head is fine.
try and read Soul's mind.
That's true.
Okay, so first of all, Visor is surprised that Aegis knows about his powers, but is going to try.
there's a very painful wall between you and Soul when you try and reach out psychically. You try and push through and it just hurts.
Can I try to? I have a hunch. Can I try to see if I like this is not using powers? Once I get that powerful headache back, is age is also powerless in this room? Like, do I sense like an unease of that nature? That's just a hunch.
So, I would say that the man in front of you seems perfectly calm.
I've never seen him nervous in my life.
If he is powered or not, I mean, you would know that he was the first. He has been Aegis in the past, so like this is James's dad's dad.
Yeah.
And he was Aegis a long time ago. But he hasn't presented that he's using any powers as yet. I would say I think your detective mind, and I think you kind of hear in the back of your head your mentor telling you that you can't always rely on your powers, so you must learn the art of using your own intelligence. Both you and James have made physical contact with Soul.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. Does not
And
fit
that
my
is
character.
probably what has activated this power negation. Especially if Soul, who claims they don't have any powers, doesn't understand how their powers work. You're assuming it's slightly out of control at the moment.
Oh. Yeah, it's not working. It's. I think
mean,
it's. I think it's because I touched you. I can't use my powers.
What do you mean?
I mean,
When did? As I said, I don't have any powers, so me touching you and you not having your powers don't make sense. They keep saying that I have power negation or whatever it's called, but it's just like that's impossible.
I mean, you did get kidnapped for like 2 weeks and experimented on. Maybe it gave you power.
No. The powers
Hypothetically.
they were given from that are a different set of powers.
What now?
The sample that was taken from the Aegis archives, is a vial of a relic
Uh-huh.
of the Great War.
Don't like how that sounds.
You know of the
So-
Misfit Brigade, yes? The first team of supervillains.
Mm-hmm. Or
Well,
it's somewhere in the noggin.
they were the result of a series of experiments carried out by the enemy forces during the Great War.
Okay.
As such, they when they were defeated, a sample was taken of some of the enemy, and along with the substance used to create them. It seems that a sample has gone missing from our archive and has been used on your friend here, Soul.
Oh, 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 okay. So I don't like that. So
So you mean I have powers now because that crazy professor injected me with whatever compound that they had during the war?
You have more
So-
powers now, yes, but if you would like to continue to reject reality, all your powers came from that moment.
So you're saying
all my
Soul had
powers.
power before that?
Yes, I'm saying that your friend had powers from the moment they were left on that doorstep, and probably before.
Hold on. How do you even know all of this? Like, you weren't in the room.
You're my adopted grandson's
That's right.
friend. I know everything about you. I know where you eat. I know where you sleep.
That's weird. Mr. Griffin, don't say that, please.
So you've been stalking me. That's what you're telling me.
I have surveillance of every single person within Halcyon City.
I can't defend you anymore. That is stalking.
Well, stalking. That's what
is
you're telling me.
Do I stalk
I'm
you
sorry,
personally?
James.
No. I have Agent 4764 watching you.
They don't have names.
Is that not stalking? You're assigning someone to watch me without my consent. I'm just realizing that this whole day was full of my consent not being considered in the equation. That's all I'm hearing.
So sorry.
It's part of the agreement of living in Halcyon City, is that you are observed and monitored by Aegis.
I didn't know, I swear to God.
You didn't know your grandfather was the biggest cop there is?
I knew that part, but I didn't know he was like stalking my best friend.
James, I don't think you're the one to blame in this situation. I do think of you as naive and gullible, but I still have some love in my heart.
Yeah.
I think the big problem is all these big corporations are doing whatever science they're doing to mess with normal people like me. And I do not appreciate it.
Understandable.
I'll have you know that Professor, as we shall call him, for giving him the title he has chosen is disrespectful to Endeavour. The Professor does not represent any corporation. Seems to be a single operator.
So find him. Do something. Because
Oh,
when
no
he...
title already on that. Isn't that correct, Liza?
Okay,
How
like,
know
do you
that?
really like just cut to the chase?
Mr. Griffin, this is very creepy. Just like a heads up in case you didn't realize that.
I do not concern myself with whether I am creepy or not. I have a job to do, and my job is to keep Halcyon and the world safe. Now, the four of you encountered a very dangerous individual. They have handed powers over to one of you from a threat of our past. What am I to do with the four of you?
Oh, I know.
leave.
Yeah, you
We
just
can-
leave us alone.
We can talk about this. You don't have to make it sound like you're sending us away to a prison. You know.
I don't know. I think letting you leave is so great of an idea. I think it's an amazing idea.
You should stop fighting in alleyways, or like at least call me.
Okay, just
Or
tell
like
us.
back
Like you
up.
have it figured out. Like tell us.
I'm
It's
sorry,
You are
what?
all rejects. Drop out. Those who don't
I'm not a
think they have
reject.
the power, and of course, you, James, the current lined up next Aegis, who doesn't have a brain cell to figure out what we do for work.
Hey,
That
rude.
I just looked sad.
Okay, that was
Like teared
unnecessary.
up.
What the fuck, dude?
Like
That
so
was
close
totally
to
unnecessary.
crying.
Isn't that supposed to be your
I
grandson?
take off my
Like,
hat. I take off
that's so
Potato's hat,
disrespectful.
and I hide
Yeah,
my face.
I think I'm gonna give you the insecure condition from that.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
no.
will take that.
Yeah.
I am insecure. That was very
Yeah.
rude.
At that moment, before they can get another word out, the door that they came through, like lasers open,
I know who that is.
and a fully armored gauntlet walks through the door. What the hell do you think you're doing? As they kind of like
Who are you?
punch Jeremy, who sat down, who literally just puts a finger up to stop the punch.
I'm still in tears. I'm
Well,
like,
please calm down. I have an offer to make.
Mm, go
tiny
ahead, I
sniffles
guess.
in the
Puts
background.
his fists down and is like, okay, we'll hear it out. It's simple. The professor is a problem that is now directly connected with you four. I would rather put you to good work solving our problem than, as you suggested, James, locking you all away in a cell and throwing away the key.
So we're not being locked up?
Not today.
That is not reassuring.
You said work. I'm getting paid for this situation because personally I don't want to be here.
Would that sweeten the deal for you?
I mean, I guess, but like, I just want to say one thing though. That Professor Endeavor person y'all talking about, he will have to be terminated by my hands. I don't care. I have a personal vendetta against him because he has violated me this for 2 weeks, I assume. And I want my lick back. I want my justice, if you will. So yes.
Go ahead.
I would like to be paid.
I will set out a payment structure for the four of you. You gotta be joking me.
Money?
Sending these four out to go kill one of your problems?
Whoa, wait, whoa. Nobody said anything about killing.
I did. I'm sorry. I don't know about the rest of y'all, but me personally, I have to deal with him. Sorry.
I don't want to, I don't really want to kill anyone, but if Soul's gonna kill somebody, I'd rather be there, just in case.
Alright.
Isaac, you
would
listen to me.
Accomplices. Yeah.
I would like immunity
Amazing.
for everything that I have done and everything the rest of us are about to do up until the death of Professor Endeavor.
What have you been doing that you need immunity?
That is not relevant.
Oh, we know what you've been doing.
Pieces of
Oh.
shit. Okay.
Does he need it?
Not particularly, but if you can resolve this matter without it becoming present to the rest of the world, you will have your immunity.
I like how you said rest of the world and not the rest of Halcyon City. Because this guy's gonna blow shit up, right? Like, we know he's gonna blow shit up, and you've seen how my powers work. I'm gonna blow some shit up too. So it is gonna cause
Yeah.
damage, but it's not gonna leave the
If
city.
you all agree to terminate the subject of this discussion, that kids, you can't send them as a death squad. Gauntlet, they agreed to it.
Well, we haven't agreed yet, but yeah, okay.
Yeah, I want an apology from you. Since I was very rude.
Chance
Just-
to prove yourself. Prove that you're next
Jay, just
Like
for like an
being-
image.
kind of problems.
Just for like an image, James is like fully teared up. He's taken his hat off. And he's taken like Potato's little hat off and put it in his pocket. He's very mad, but he's also like very sad.
I
Halcyon
will
City.
also like the apology.
Halcyon City relies on us doing the dirty work. And occasionally, there are matters that my men cannot accomplish by themselves.
Okay, what does that has to do with you apologizing?
Prove yourself
I second that
worthy of
apology.
being my next Aegis, and I will do more than apologize.
You have to promise.
I promise.
Okay.
I'm a
The mission
witness
is
to this
simple.
promise.
Terminate
Should I
Professor
should I
Endeavor,
get him?
stop his experiments, and track down his accomplices.
Okay, that is extra side work. You just said go terminate the guy. It seems like you want us to take down everybody.
Everybody involved in this event, yes. They
Do
are
we
not
know how many
incriminated, you can
people
hand
that
over
is?
the Black Owl to my custody. And to help with that, I believe I will call in someone else.
Okay. I turned to
Unless you
Soul
wanna
for a
do
second.
Young
Like that.
heroes trying to prove themselves.
Well, for what it's
So-
worth, we don't really. I mean, I don't really care about proving myself. I already did the thing. I went through the school, and we all know how that turned out. So, like, I don't like this this insinuation that I'm trying to prove myself, because that's kind of bullshit. I don't really care about that.
Yeah, like,
Second.
I mean, I will not speak on this matter.
Well, yes, Supernova, we all know how your school career ended up.
And we all know why as well.
It took us a week to put out the flames.
Yeah, maybe if you'd
He's
been a
just
little bit
having
nicer.
a hard time.
No, maybe if you'd been a little bit nicer, a little bit kinder, and a little bit more supportive to your students, I would still be here and not out of the streets. But hey, it is what it is. I'll settle for that apology and that immunity.
Sounds like we have a deal. You kids, you idiots. You trust this guy?
Well,
I was trying to get myself out of this situation.
Yeah, I trust this guy about as far as James can throw him, and as we all know, James is not very strong right now. So
That is not helping. And I start crying.
no, I didn't mean it that way. I was trying to prove a point to him.
I am strong.
No, you are. I know, and I'm sure you'll get your powers back soon. I just meant, because he's a shithead. That's what I meant.
And I could throw him really far.
I bet you could, yeah, when you get your powers back for sure. But I mean, right now,
Visor, Gauntlet takes you aside out of the room.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me you can't agree to this.
I don't want to, but my instinct's telling me this is a fucked up situation. I don't have to be here, but it feels like some of them are going to be in this fucked up situation anyhow. I would just rather be with them. And
my mind for a second. Can't speak for yet.
Yeah, of course.
You reach out to their head.
Kind of. I just tell him like, I didn't think I would, but they end up with the day looking at you like you are not an asshole. But yeah, I guess you're not an asshole, relatively speaking.
In the scale of assholes, you realize that, like, yeah, your mentor's an asshole, but he's like at least not a agent of the law.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is
Which,
maybe
I think, why isn't new that? Like, why isn't new like that he's like, or else he wouldn't be like getting trained. But like this is like a lot more stark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So his when you kind of reach into his mind, tells you a couple of things. First, you cannot let them kill Professor Endeavor. Whatever you do, you can't let them kill him. There's something more going on here. The truth is out there. I'm going to have to rely on you to find it. Also, it gives you an address to a abandoned building that you could use as a base of operation. He had been intending to give it to you later in your training, and you were going to do it together, but it will have to do for now.
Yeah.
There's something going on here that, like, yeah, there's a truth that he stumbled upon long ago, but couldn't do anything about. But he can't tell you what it is, and he couldn't figure it all out, and he hopes that you can. He also reminds you, rather ironically, don't rely on your psychic abilities all the time. Sometimes you just gotta figure stuff out.
Yeah. Can I just make a move here?
Mm-hmm.
I want to ask, like, I this is a lot for me. Like, I need what if I understand what you want me to do, and I need these 3 on my side, and I'm not good at making friends. And I'm sorry, but I don't think you are either. But like, do you have any advice on this? I'm trying to call for a fireside chat.
Oh, great! This is great. actually.
I have written Gauntlet embodies Savior.
Yeah. Roll it for me.
So this works out well. I rolled a 4 total. So on a miss, they don't have time for you because something big has gone down. Mark a condition. I mean, something big might not have gone down, but I'll mark a condition.
Yeah.
Tell me which one.
I think you mark insecure. Listen,
We're all
if I was
insecure.
good at making friends, I wouldn't have got kicking. I wouldn't have left the team. You've got this, kid. You managed to convince me to let me train you, so you're better at making friends than I am. And like gives you a psychic pat on the head.
Okay.
As you kind of break the psychic connection, you realize that they've been like shouting at you this whole time, and storms off. So for the outside, it looked like you were having an argument. I think everyone else has heard like the muffled shouting, and Visor walks back into the room.
Yeah.
Are you okay, buddy?
Yeah, father figures. Same old shit. Yeah.
That was a lot of shouting. I heard a lot of shouting.
That was just a normal amount. I
You
think
want
it
me to
was a
kill him?
little less. We are all tired.
You know that scene in Dark Knight when Batman interrogates the Joker?
Huh?
That's what you heard.
I'm just like wiping my tears, and I'm like, Zach, are you sure you're okay?
You want me to kill him? It'll be an accident.
We're not.
It's a gas leak.
We can't kill them. I don't think we can't do that.
Can I?
You see, you have a different murderous rage.
Can
You're
I
willing to kill anyone.
try to psychically talk to all of them?
I think you can try, and it does work because for some reason Soul's psychic block has stopped happening. But that's also because Soul, you're going to switch playbook again. You are now there because your mind is taken back to that lab, and you were told that this experiment was done by the enemy in the Great War. So the Central Powers, the Austro-Hungarian Empire, the German Empire, the Ottoman Empire, the Bulgarian Empire, kind of that vibe. But in your memory, that lab you're in is a British lab. Everyone around you is speaking English, and there is a British flag on the wall. Your combat fatigue is a British soldier's uniform.
Oh, I don't like this.
I don't like any of.
Soul in this current body that they're in is looking down. I assume I kind of have. I'm looking down as like a outsider looking in and looking down at the garbs that I'm in, and I'm really confused because like I will never wear something like this. This is atrocious. But I assume I'm like observing my hands and like my body outside of whatever body that I'm in right now.
Yep.
To see what possibly acts what's going on. Because, like, they might see me. I don't know if in this lab I'm, like, chained up or something. But it's, like, it's either I'm chained. I don't know if I'm chained up or in a enclosure. Or I'm still in this jail cell, I assume, because the last flashback I was in, I was thrown behind bars.
In this flashback, you are currently being guided round, unchained, and you kind of assume you're unpowered at this point. This is a flashback from before you're locked in the chamber.
I see.
I'd also say you don't know what gender you are in this body.
I mean, valid. I don't know what Soul doesn't know exactly that in real life either. Like,
that's
present
kind of
body.
the same vibe you get from this, because you are wearing combat fatigues, but they don't fit your body quite right. And that could just be that you're small, or it could be that, like, you are gender non-conforming in this timeline, or various possibilities. But yeah, that is the memory you have. What did Visor want to say to the rest of the team?
I have a place where I think we can safely talk without being heard if you guys want to have a chat. And I flash the address.
We have to get out of here first for that, I think.
So you can hear Visor's voice, but your brain is still in the past.
And Soul looks to the whatever direction the voice is coming from. And like acts around, like, do you hear that?
Again, your voice is not the one that is present in the memory, but in asking that, you do slip back to the present. You're still in your Dare playbook, so your power negation is not active, and Visor is talking to you.
And I recognize Visor, right?
Yeah.
You said, I'm sorry, Visor, what were you saying?
If you feel like we can have a chat, if you want to have a chat without being heard, just come find me there. I hope everyone's there.
Yeah, and I think you give the address you were given to everyone in their heads. I think with that, Jeremy gets up to leave. He says, "I will be back shortly with contracts for you to sign on the terms we've agreed. But while we do that, I will send in your final member." And they leave through one door, and another door opens on a wall.
Mr. Griffin?
And we'll leave that as a cliffhanger for our final player to arrive.
Oh, God. Oh,
Can I say one thing?
Go ahead.
Before they leave, I'm gonna say that I don't want any penalty if I can't kill him. Like, if I'm on, like, someone stop me from, like, incapacitate me or anything, and I cannot kill them in the moment, I do not want to be penalized for it. Like, I don't want harm to come my way. Can I say that before he leaves the room?
As long as the 5 of you, deal with him. I don't care who does it.
can I add one more thing to my thing on top of the apology?
Yes, James?
It's my visitation to my mom was last week, and you said I couldn't go. Can I go if I do this?
Once the job is done, yes.
Okay, cool. Consider the job done.
Great. Visor, as James mentioned his mother, the psychic shield that protects Jeremy dropped for the slightest of seconds, and you accidentally picked up on anxiety around James's mother.
All right. I mean, that's all right.
Immediately went back up, and you were cut off from learning anything.
All right. I guess we have a
Mission.
professor to. Wait, what? No. I guess we have a Professor Barbecue to make.
And with
You're
that,
trying.
I will call this session to an end.
That's
Thank
cool.
you, everyone, for watching, and the various mysteries that have been set up. I hope everyone enjoyed.
Yeah, this was so
We
much fun.
shall say our goodbyes. I'll start. I have been Callum, and will continue to be Callum. You just won't hear my voice anymore. But if you'd like to find out more about me and what I'm doing, you can find me on most places on the internet at Theatre Callum on Twitter and Instagram. Yeah, thank you everyone for taking part, and I can't wait to continue this little adventure. I will go anti-clockwise this way.
Oh, no.
This is why I'm cancelling the session now, because I'm running out of speaking ability. Easy, do you want to say goodbye?
Yes, I've had so much fun. I'm looking forward for the next stream and next session where this all goes down. Most definitely. I Yeah, you can find me on Instagram mostly under ar.sun_IC arsonist. Very weird username. Please do not judge. Oh, wait. So,
Great. Sway, say goodbye.
Okay. Hi, or will I say later? My name is Sway. I'm playing Soul, and it's Soul. So, you can follow me at Sway Babbles, BABBLES, on all platforms, Tumblr, Reddit, any given platform you can communicate. I'm there. And if someone stole my @ that's not cool. Anyways, yeah, I'm a cool person. Yeah, that's all I had to say.
Great. Goodbye, Steve.
Yeah, hello. I'm Steve. I'm the guy I run Pantsless tables, the voice you hear most often. I played Supernova, or I am playing Supernova, who is a fantastic character with 4 conditions marked. So that's really cool. Really excited to see what we can do. It was fun. I had a really good time doing this, and can't wait for next session. which next session is July 2nd, this Friday, sorry. Yeah, in like 4 days.
August? You mean August?
August 2nd.
Oh shit, yeah, sorry, August 2nd.
August 3rd, even.
Oh, is it 2nd, right? 2nd is this Friday.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, sorry. August 2nd is the Friday. Great. And finally, Vish.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Wish. On most places online, I've gotten the loaded icosahedron with an underscore in between. Yeah, I sometimes exist on the internet, sometimes on Pantsless tables. That's it about me. Yeah.
Well, thank you everyone for taking part. This has been a lovely session 1. Next week we'll have all our players. Oh, on Friday, hopefully we'll have all our players, and we can continue from there. Remember, thank you again to Magpie Games for supporting us in making this weird little show. You can enter before the stream ends by typing in what is the commands to join the competition?
Exclamation marks.
Exclamation
Yeah,
mark masks. There we go. And you could win a free playbook. And we'll also be doing this on the final session.
So
to give away.
about that, sorry, I decided that we will do both giveaways at the end of our final session, but people are free to enter anytime throughout the 4 sessions, basically.
Makes sense. There are 2 to give away.
Yeah.
Join now, or forever hold your peace. Yeah. Thank you very much for watching. We'll be back on Friday. Bye-bye!